Hey Robin! Hi Jordi! Robin, I actually loved your last video because it shows that we can have a society in which violence is non-existent. Even though if it's very different from what we have today, and even though it could be actually complicated, there are examples in real life that show that we can make it. And that is pretty interesting and awesome. And Robin, you challenged me to find a way in which you can get rid of that aggressive energy, implementing it and not doing something violent or aggressive. And I really couldn't think of many ways in which that is possible. I mean, there are many ways in which you can do it, but they're not implementing the aggressive energy. I mean, you can meditate, you can read, you can just go for a walk and take a deep breath. Those are ways in which you can get rid of that energy, but you are not implementing it. And implementing it, I just could think of sports, Robin. And that is why in this video I'm going to talk to you about my favorite sport. And its name is... Yes, Robin, it is in fact wrestling. I love wrestling. I love sports entertainment, and I love the WWE. Shut up! Thank you. I love the WWE, and here's why. Welcome to Victory Ville. So first, Robin, I should talk to you about my relationship with sports in general, and it is not good. I mean, I don't like any sport. I don't like football. I mean, soccer for you Americans, which is the national sport of our country. And I don't like it. It's just not enjoyable for me. I watch it when it's the World Cup, of course, because it's like an event that gets all of the families together and it's amazing. I have played it even, but I mean, the highest I ever got was a participation trophy. And the biggest goal I ever scored was to my own court, because I was a defense. But I don't really enjoy it. I mean, actually the sport I like the most is basketball and the Rocky movies. Basketball is fun because it's fast and it's the sport that I suck the least, so I like it. And the Rocky movies, of course I like the Rocky movies. Who doesn't like the Rocky movies? But I don't understand boxing. And I believe that my fascination with movies like Rocky are a great explanation of why I love wrestling. Hear me out. Pay close attention. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Wrestling isn't real. That is thoughtful, Robin. Wrestling, as in WWE, has more in common with Rocky movies than it has with any boxing match. In sports entertainment, they focus more on entertainment than in sports. And that is why I love it, because what I love about wrestling is showmanship. I love the entrances, the music, the fireworks, even though they don't have them now. And I love that to be successful in wrestling, you don't have to be the best fighter, per se. You have to be the best personality, the one that attracts more crowd. And sometimes you don't even have to attract the crowd, you just have to attract the people in charge. And I don't have anyone in mind in this example, I don't know who would I be talking about. Sometimes it's just being over with the crowd that gets you to be the most successful. That is why one of the most successful wrestlers in the entire history of wrestling entertainment is also the highest paid actor of this year. The Rock. It's The Rock. You don't have to be very athletic or have many abilities in the ring to be successful. You just have to be charismatic. But that doesn't take away from the sports part, from the athleticism. Because another thing that I love from wrestling is the athleticism, Robin. And people sometimes say that this...
Side down on the floor. This is what you gotta know. They're going, holy cow! Could this be it? AJ second row. Oh man!
Isn't a real sport. But they also say that this...
Get to this moment. You want to be alive for the playoffs. You want to keep the Olympic dream alive. Can you move the yellow? Stephanie Lawton, yes you can!
Is a real sport. And I know, Robin, I'm being biased because I'm using one of the greatest examples in wrestling to show you that it is a sport, and I'm using to compare it one of the worst examples of sport, which is curling, because curling sucks. Hashtag curling sucks. And that's what I love. The matches are very impressive in the athletic part of it. It is incredibly athletic and it is incredibly painful and incredibly dangerous to perform in one of these types of entertainment. But they are also impressive in one of the most important things, and one of the things that actually makes me love this sport. The actual part that makes me be passionate about this sport. Which is the fact that they have stories. Which is the fact that they have characters. Because it is in the WWE where I'm experiencing a bunch of stories that are compelling, interesting, and actually timeless. Because everyone can get behind an underdog. Everyone can get behind throwing the authority off. Everyone can get behind a great person destroying things. Because it is entertaining. It is entertaining seeing this happen.
No! Right to the
But throughout the years, WWE has given me some of the most compelling emotional experiences that I have ever seen. One of the most crushing moments in my life and in many others' lives, like him. When The Undertaker's streak was over, it actually crushed me. That night I went to sleep on tears. It was awful, because The Undertaker was one of the greatest and most mythical and most amazing and powerful and unstoppable characters that have ever existed. The Undertaker is great. He's a great character. When you think about heroes of mythology, you see them as somewhere in a plane higher than most of people. That was The Undertaker. This undead person never lost in WrestleMania. That was where the myth was so powerful. He was unbeatable. He had something inside of him that didn't happen. And when he finally was beaten, the legend died with that beating. That is what I love the most about wrestling, and that is what I love the most about WWE. Stories, the characters, and just the fact that the narratives are so compelling and so universal and so great. Max Landis did a video about this a while ago, and it's pretty amazing. It's one of the best videos that I have seen in YouTube, so if you want to check it out, click here and just go to see it. So Robin, these were my thoughts about wrestling and why I love wrestling, and this is a way in which you can load all of your aggressive energy into one place. So now that leads us to your challenge, Robin. Tell me, what am I going to challenge Robin in? Okay. Thank you very much. Robin, your challenge is, because I know that you like WWE, is to tell me just who is your favorite wrestler. And, if you can, impersonate him a little bit. So, Robin, that's it. Jordi, that's the video, and see you whenever I see you. Bye.